Trend to Change, Renaissance Man, and I'm redoing a video, one that I was about to post a couple of days ago, and it was basically about fixing family relationships, and I'm going to go through the reason why I did the video. Just recently, around about a couple of weeks ago, my biological father passed away. Now, I haven't known him for most of my life, and I've not. There have been times where I've never known whether he's alive or dead. I saw him last when I was a kid, when I was 8 years old. Then I saw him again when I was 18, 19 years old, and then that's the last I saw him. I lost contact with the family. I managed to contact one of my half brothers, and we talked, and we were talking together. Then we lost contact, and it wasn't until last year when, just quite by accident, I saw a message on an old Facebook page, and I was able to get in touch. I thought he'd added me on my new page, and you know how it goes, things get messed up, and he told me that my biological father was very, very sick and in hospital. We did kind of expect him to pass away then, to be fair, but he managed to pull round, which was good news. But obviously, around about 7 months later, he passed away. The November before, my brother had died in a motorcycle accident. So I've lost two family members, and you know, I haven't known them for most of my life, but I still feel I feel sorrow that I haven't had a chance to get to know a couple of them, which is why I am taking steps to get to know my biological family in France and to sort that out. And I did a video talking about fixing relationships in your family. I know some families they say it's hard to do, but most of the time, honestly, it's ego. It's ego that doesn't allow you. So if you are a parent, love your kids. They may not always do what you want them to do, but then they never should do. They need to make their own mistakes. They need to make their own lives. Whether or not you agree with them, that is called life. You know, it's what it is. And you know, you got to remember with parents, all parents are worried about the kids, and they want what's best for you. And it can lead to difficulties, but you know, some families are broken and they can never be fixed, but a lot of them can be. So I was giving this advice, and somebody says to me, well, what about your half brother who's over in Canada? Your brother who's from your mum and your stepdad. You don't get on very well. You know, there have been things that have been said, and unfortunately this is the case. And like I said to them, yes, you should always, I'm just clearing a little spot off my phone there. You should always do your best to fix things. But here's the deal, and I'm not making an excuse for myself. I'm just explaining and giving a caveat to this. You should always try to fix things, and should always try to get things sorted. I will say this though, there are certain times where you personally have to say, I've done everything I can. It's for the other person to do their part and to fix their part as well. if only one of you works it. Now, usually if one of you works it, the other person will fall in line. However, unfortunately, there are some times where the other person just doesn't bother to fix things. It can be in a marriage, it can be in a relationship, between families or friendships. It's not your responsibility to fix everything, including the problems with the other person. You can't fix other people. You can only fix yourself and the issues within yourself. So I'm going to redo this video and say, do everything you can to fix things within yourself towards your family. And take responsibility for yourself, because ultimately that's all you can do. Let them fix themselves. So do everything you can. Reach out to them and say this, this and this. If they continue to act in the same way, then there's not much you can do. You've either got to let them think, well, I need to change myself and deal with things in my own way, or I've got to let them carry on. You've got to leave the choice to them. And that's the difficult part. But be of a thing that if they do change, if they do change themselves, and if they do approach you and say, hey, you know what, I want to fix the relationship, open your arms out, welcome them in and say, hey, it's not a problem, we'll fix it together. Because a relationship of any kind, there's always two or more people. And usually it takes both to fix any kind of relationship, not just one. So I'm just adding that in there into this, so that I do this original video. But I can honestly say through experience, because once there is that final death, that final separation, you have no more chances, no more time, no nothing. All you have is the time with the rest of that family, and not with that person. And that is the hardest thing to bear. That's the hardest thing to deal with. So just giving a little bit of advice, because we're going through tough times, and an awful lot more people are having issues with all types of relationships, friendships, family, marriage, working relationships, everything. There are all these problems, and we need to be dealing and resolving the issues, not excavating them. So just thought I'd add that in for today. Improve yourself, keep moving forward, become better.